Hello, and welcome to We Live for Saturday, your favorite college football podcast. I'm your co-host, Mike. With me, as always, is your other co-host, John. John, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm doing good, man. Again, another beautiful, cool morning. Weather check. I love that we do that. But
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm a little, not as excited. I mean, I am excited about this weekend or this Friday. I'm going to be at the game. You're going to be at the game.
Oh, you're
Um,
going to be at the game.
yeah. My
Nice.
fiance got me tickets for my birthday, so I'm going to be
Oh,
there.
sick.
I'm sorry. I thought I already told you. My bad.
Which section are you in?
I have to look at the tickets. I'm not sure. I don't
Okay,
think we're super close to where you're at. I think we
sure.
might be on on the upper level, but on the other side. I
On the other
think
side. Right on.
I'll let you know when I find out when I look
Yeah,
at it
yeah.
again. But yeah, so I mean, which is going to be great. It'll be exciting. I expect a good
Yeah.
game. We'll see what happens. So I'm excited about that, and just gearing up to head out of town, man, and hit the road here in a couple weeks. So just to let people know again, as usual, this time of year, I'll be kind of all over the place, all over the country in different spots, and I won't be as present, but I obviously will be checking it at least once a week with the pod and being able to do some of this stuff. So it'll be good. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out
The
as
pod
it
will
goes.
keep coming out. You may be stuck with me solo for some episodes, or else we might get a guest host or two
Mm.
and see how that goes.
Yep.
And but we will get through it as we
Yep.
always do.
Yes, we do. Cool. Yeah. What about you, man? How you doing?
Doing well, man. It is a nice, cool fall day. Um, got a bajillion things to do, but such is life on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So I'm ready to get through this week and get to the weekend
Mm-hmm.
and get to football.
Fair
That's my
enough.
goal. I want to have everything done by like noon on Friday,
Okay.
you know, so I can
Yep.
start gearing up and have things ready for this game.
The nice thing about having a Friday game is that whatever the outcome is, I mean, you may be depressed all Saturday, but at least you can just sit back and
No
watch.
anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety's gone. You know what happened, good or bad, and now you just get to relax and watch college football all day. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. Well, before we get into it, as always, if you want to find We Live for Saturday, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Podcast Addict. You can find us on Twitter at We Live for B1G Sat. You can find Mike at Alibaba26. You can find me, John, at Norwegian Gopher. And you can also email us, We Live for Saturday, B1G at gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, tweet, retweet, all that kind of stuff. Especially here on YouTube, we'd really appreciate it. It really helps us out. Thank you.
Yes. And if you're on Twitter, share us on Twitter.
Yes,
Appreciate
absolutely.
that. That helps. And any social media platform.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Awesome. Anything else we need to get into before we talk about these games?
I mean, I guess like we can touch a little bit on like the new rumors of the Penn State hiring process. I mean, should we talk like just briefly, or is
Sure, briefly.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know what's there. It's all speculation, you know. I mean, I've now heard Nick Saban, I've heard Urban Meyer, Al
Marcus
Golden,
Freeman,
Marcus Freeman. Yeah, man. I mean, it's
Eli Drinkowitz.
yep, yeah. So it's all over the place, man. Nothing set in stone. I think they're just swinging for the fences, seeing what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
They're going to,
Realistic possibilities. I mean, you've thrown out Lane Kiffin, which may or may not be. I think it's more realistic than Urban Meyer and Nick Saban.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Matt Rule again, Kurt Signetti. I don't know. We'll see. I think Signetti is. I think he's staying at Indiana, man.
It
I
seems like it.
I really don't think he's
Seems
going
like it.
there right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get it. He's got it rolling.
yeah, absolutely. He's
You
guaranteed to go
know.
to the playoff right now, in my opinion. So again,
Yeah.
so yeah. So we'll see. That's it. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, not really, except for I think private capital is a bad idea. And
Uh,
apparently USC and Michigan are the two schools holding out. So you hold strong, USC and Michigan, because this private capital thing is a bad idea.
yeah, it's I haven't really looked as much into it as I usually do when it comes to this stuff, but it's The thing is like it's signing up, I guess, for the grant of rights to go through
6,
2046.
which is a long time to make any agreement.
It is, especially now these days. Now it's not the grant, it's not the media rights deal. So like it's not
No.
like what the ACC did and screwing themselves with ESPN and all that.
Right.
Which is why the ACC is more than likely going to fall apart because of all of that.
Yeah.
But it's a complicated issue, man. I feel like it's even if Michigan and USC hold out this time, I think it's still just delaying the
It's going to
inevitable.
happen at some point. Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it's going, and it's not just the Big Ten. It isn't the SEC, the Big 12. I mean, they've been public about it too. It's just the Big Ten seems to be getting all of the flack from
Right.
people like Dan Wetzel and Ross Dellinger and all these people that just like love to, shit
They
on the Big
love to
Ten.
take shots at the Big Ten and for
Yeah.
any reason because
Yeah.
it's good for their bottom line.
Even
Yeah.
though there's public information about the SEC and the Big 12 doing the exact same thing.
The exact same thing.
But
Yeah.
let's just make it so the Big Ten's the scapegoat. So, yeah, it all, we're gonna see what happens. It's still, I think, a little bit of a ways off. And by a ways, it could be a couple years, or it could be 10 years. Who knows? So we'll
Right.
see. But that's kind of what's happening a little bit behind the scenes. But other than that, it's all speculation right there too. So we don't know anything until we know anything. So there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get into these games.
Okay.
This first game is on Friday, October 17th. We have the now number 25 ranked 5-1 Nebraska Cornhuskers going to Dinkytown to take on the 4-2 Minnesota Golden Gophers. This is a 7 p.m. game on Fox. The line started at 5.5, but is now Nebraska by 8.5, which honestly, John, is downright disrespectful.
But not surprising considering it's Minnesota and they just love to do that to us no matter what. So
yeah, they love to make sure we're going to cover the spread.
Yeah.
I guess that's like we should thank them for that or something because we do have a pretty good record of covering the spread, in conference at least. Maybe not as much out of conference because PJ doesn't always want to beat teams up as badly as he could.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. So you've got two teams with good quarterbacks, with good running backs, with bad offensive lines, with defenses that have been up and down. I mean, these are similar teams.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I think they are. I do think Nebraska deserves to be ranked. They're 5-1. Yep, they absolutely should be ranked. The only thing that I've seen, right, at least starting last week, essentially, is that Nebraska was able to run the ball, and Minnesota still has not
against Maryland.
Which needs to be taken into consideration.
It's like playing tennis with the net down.
But they did it, and that's the thing.
And they did it. Sure.
And so I have yet to see Minnesota really do the same thing against anybody, and that's where it is. I think there's definite reason and cause to be concerned at that. And really, it should be just in general. Like honestly, the fact that Minnesota has not ran the ball well is absolutely
frustrating,
and
it's outrageous.
It is. It's inexcusable. Especially with the running backs we have, and also like to see someone like I'm not going to name his name, but to name that, start talking about how they're going to poach Femi Ojibwe from Minnesota next year because they can, obviously Nebraska can take whoever they want from anybody, and especially
Nebraska
Minnesota
has never taken a player from us ever.
No, it's just silly. So
we beat them recruiting like a good percentage of the time.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
I thought that was funny. But that's somebody who's more obsessed with Minnesota than his own team. So
head to head, I mean, recruiting.
Yes.
Like when we're recruiting the same player.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the overall rankings, but head to head, we've had plenty of success against Nebraska.
Yeah. But again, this comes from somebody who's more obsessed with Minnesota than he is his own team. So
yeah, I was going to say, dude, that guy's mentally ill.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely got a lot of issues. But yeah, man, regarding the game though, look, I mean, I don't have a good feeling about it for Minnesota. I don't. I think,
You're
even
gonna
though
start right off with that, huh? Okay.
I just want to get the bad news out of the way, man. Like, let's just go. I want to, and then like maybe we can talk about it, like, and put, try to find a silver lining at the end. So I just want to go into it. I don't have a good feeling about Minnesota winning this game. I'm just going to put it right out there. Husker fans, honestly, this is the first time I think in I don't know how many years I am picking Nebraska to win this game.
Probably 7.
Yeah, at least the better part of a decade. Even though the vast majority of time Nebraska's always been favored by Vegas because they just, they know that Nebraska's
most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, the fans are gonna bet
because the fans will bet on anything. The Nebraska fans are suckers. They'll bet on anything for their team. Yeah.
So, yes, Minnesota beat Purdue last week, but it was incredibly ugly. Statistically, it was terrible. We just haven't shown the potential that I still believe is there within this program and on this team. I think that there's a lot of untapped potential. I don't think they have shown the best that they can play yet. I know Husker fans look at Minnesota as if, and I think a lot of people do. I mean, not just Husker fans look at Minnesota like this is a down year. We're not that good. I think there's some truth to it, but I also think there's a lot of things that people aren't taking into consideration. And really, when you look at the talent, if you know this team as well as you and I do, there's potential for this team to be really good. It's just not coming together, and it hasn't. And I'm not saying it will this week, and I'm not saying it may at all this whole season. I don't think we're going to go anything less than 6-6, but we got to show some fight. We got to grow up a little bit, and we got to put it together. And that's on the coaches too. Yeah. So there's a lot that needs to be done and fixed at Minnesota. They have the pieces. It just has to come together finally to win this game and continuing to have success throughout the season.
Yeah, I will point out that Minnesota's 4-2 and 2-1 in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all doom and gloom here.
No.
They have a winning record in conference, which there are plenty of years, a third of the way through the conference schedule, you wouldn't have been able to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not ready to give up on this team yet at all. I think what's interesting is whether Mike Gerald can play at corner next week or on Friday.
Yeah.
Because they missed him against Purdue.
Yep.
There is, I think John Nestor's great. I think Mike Gerald's really good. I think there's probably a little bit of a drop off between Mike Gerald and Zaquan Bryan.
Yeah.
As far as how good they are at corner. So it's a thing where I just think to have our best, Nebraska has nice receivers in Key and Varney, and he's more of a gadget guy, or Barney and what's the other? I forget the other one's name, but offhand.
Key,
I said already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
There's the other main one. There's Barney, who's like the gadget guy, and then there's one other one that we have to worry about a little bit.
Yeah.
But Nebraska has nice receivers, so it would be good to be at full strength in the secondary.
Yep. Yeah.
The Emmett Johnson thing is always interesting because PJ didn't recruit him. And he went to Nebraska, and he's doing a nice job there. He had a nice game against Maryland.
Yes, he is.
Nebraska hasn't run the ball really well, but again, I think that's an offensive line deficiency more than it's a Emmett Johnson deficiency. He's been better than I expected him to be this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, it didn't show up really. I mean, you saw flashes, I guess, throughout the season, but it didn't really show up significantly until this last week. And that's when it just, you saw how hard Demetrius Bell, is that who we were talking about?
Yeah.
So he runs hard, man. He's tough to take down. If he gets open space, he's fast. So I think, the fact that last week his offensive line was able to create those lanes for him really showed what.
No, Hunter.
Oh, Hunter? Oh.
Yeah, Hunter's the other main one.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, Husker fans.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, it just showed that that Emmett Johnson if given the opportunity with decent run blocking, he can really be effective. And he
Yeah.
was last week. He really was. In fact, I mean, he was he was the key to that game. And
Oh, absolutely.
Maryland didn't have an answer. And I think, again, if you don't have the guys up front, if Minnesota's defensive line doesn't shore up the way that they should, Emmett Johnson can be a problem again. I honestly am more worried about him than I am Dylan Raiola in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm not saying Dylan Raiola isn't effective and can't be really good and cause some damage, but right as of right now, after what we saw last week against Purdue, I think Emmett Johnson, we need to stop the run.
The Minnesota defensive tackles particularly didn't play very well against Purdue for some reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're right. You have to stop the run and make them one-dimensional, make them throw the ball.
Yep.
Because that is going to be, honestly, that could be the key to this game. If whichever team can run the ball could have an advantage.
Yeah. Yep. That's where I see it. I think both teams are going to be able to throw the ball okay.
Yeah.
But it's who's going to be able to throw the ball or who's going to be able to run the ball and hope, I guess the turnover battle, whoever wins that, of course. So
I think we got to talk about special teams too.
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska's been very good on special teams.
Yes.
Minnesota has a really good punter.
Yep.
Really good punter. So that's and Minnesota has blocked a kick this year. So they have that going for them, which is impressive. Nebraska's blocked, I think, a couple punts.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been really good on special teams, and their kicker is very good too.
Yep.
And he can hit from deep, and that could be a difference in this game too, because Minnesota, Brady Denneberg can't hit outside 40 yards.
No.
So PJ Fleck, if you're going to be outside 40 yards for a kick, you either need to punt or you need to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give up that kind of field position by trotting out a kicker for a kick he's not going to make.
Yep.
And then giving them the ball near midfield. Like, you just can't do that.
Yep.
So I think that's important. I think the special teams thing, Minnesota is going to need to get into the red zone and score touchdowns.
Yep.
That's going to be important. I don't think you're going to win this game kicking field goals. I think there might be a field goal at the end that could be decisive, but I don't think during the game. I think you're going to need touchdowns more than you're going to need field goals if you're going to have a chance to win this game.
Well, Minnesota's got to come out hot too, man. They can't. These slow starts have to stop.
Well, that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you talk about the running game, yes, Minnesota struggled to run the ball, but a lot of that has been negative game script.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that if you're down 14-0, 10-0, you can't commit to running the ball because you need to score points to get back in the game.
Yeah.
So if Minnesota can get out to a faster start, I think maybe Minnesota throws the ball to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the ball to get a lead and then run the ball once you have a lead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way to do it for this team to get the running game juiced and get it going a little bit.
Yeah.
Because once you get that lead, then everything opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, John Butler, Nebraska's defensive coordinator, said that he thinks Minnesota is going to come out running the ball. He said that. I would come out throwing.
Yeah.
Get ahead, get some points on the board, then run the ball.
Yeah.
Then the defense is on its heels. Then the defense is thinking you're going to throw it. Because if the defense is still going to play us like we're a run-first team, then it's going to be hard to run the ball until you get them on their heels with some downfield passing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would do if I was Greg Harbaugh, Minnesota's offensive coordinator. I would come out, try to get a lead, whatever you can do, and then see if you can get the running game going.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I understand traditionally PJ loves to start out running the ball and, seeing if he can get the run game going and then, adjust to pass, which unfortunately ends up us playing catch up, then adjust by passing the ball to run. But I think he needs to come out and, slinging it, period. That's just the way it has to go. So,
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And
That's kind of what
there have been games where the Minnesota defense tackled really well.
Mm-hmm.
There have been games when the Minnesota defense has not tackled well.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota did not tackle well against Purdue.
No, they're going to have to this game in a big way.
They have to.
And they have to get to the quarterback.
Because Dana Holgerson will run a million tunnel screens.
Mm-hmm.
He'll run those stupid wide receiver screens. And if you aren't in, you need to get leverage and you need to make tackles in space.
Yep.
And if you can't do that, they will torch you.
Yep.
Dana Holgerson's a lot like Steve Sarkisian.
Mm-hmm.
He never saw a wide receiver screen or a running back screen he didn't like.
Yep.
So you need to be ready for that, and that's going to be coming all game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, we need to stop the inside zone. That's what they want to do. And our defensive tackles just didn't play that well last game for whatever reason, which I think we're pretty good up front.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand what happened. There's a part of me that thinks that Minnesota was maybe looking ahead past Purdue a little bit.
Could
maybe
be
looking at the Nebraska game and not fully ready to play last week, thinking Purdue would just roll over because Purdue often historically will just roll over. And Purdue came to play and Minnesota had to gut it out to win.
Yep.
And ultimately Purdue played better than we did. We just had better athletes than they did.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they played better football. We just had better athletes.
Yep.
And we got by on that. But that's not going to be enough against Nebraska because Nebraska, the athletes are similar.
Agreed. Yep.
Which I've heard some people say that Nebraska is the more talented team, and I mostly don't want to hear it. I just don't believe that's true.
I think it's more equal. I agree. I think that than what people know. And I mean, I understand with the way Minnesota's played, like why people would have that perspective on it. But I think it is more equal than what people realize. And hopefully we're going to see that.
Yeah.
I hope so. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard fought. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to come down to who has the ball last and who makes, I think it's, how it's like some games you're like, it's going to come down to the quarterback with the ball last is going to go down and he's going to make the play. I feel like the team that has the ball last is going to get sacked or throw an interception.
Yep.
And that the other team's going to win. So I think it's whoever gets that lead late in the game, and then can hold on to it.
Yep. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I think I mean, do we want to give score predictions? Should we just?
We better. You sound like Eeyore today.
A little bit. I mean, look. Here's the thing. Do I think Minnesota could win this game? Absolutely. Yeah. I think they can. This is not a game where I'm like, this is an Ohio State where I'm like, no, this is never going to happen. Like I'm just dreaming there. But no, I'm not delusional. I think that Minnesota can absolutely win this game. I would not be surprised if they win this game. I do expect it to be close, even if they do lose. But as of right now, I am picking Nebraska to win this game 24-20.
I think this needs to be a big Anthony Smith game.
Agreed.
He's had 4.5 sacks this year so far. I want to see a couple against Nebraska. And I think that's important to get him going, to get him some favorable matchups and let him get to the quarterback. And then when you get there, Anthony, you got to finish. Because too many times, and it's not just him, but against Purdue, I mean, there must have been 8 or 10 times we had the quarterback. It looked like a sack, and he somehow escaped. Now, Dylan Raiola isn't the kind of athlete that Ryan Brown is.
I was going to say, he does not have the mobility that Ryan Brown had. Yeah.
But, that means even more so, you got to get him when he's in the when you have a chance to sack him, you got to bring him down.
Yep.
So, I don't want to do this. I don't want to pick Nebraska to win this game. Because I do think Minnesota has potential to be the better team, overall. I think they have the potential to do that. I think they have a really good chance to win this game. I think the fact that it's at home is a big advantage. I think the fact that Nebraska has had 2 consecutive road games and now it's a short week. So Nebraska traveled to Maryland, traveled back, and now has to travel on a short week to Dinkytown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
So Nebraska should come out flat. Minnesota should come out fast because of the travel difference, because they're on a short week and on the road. That's what should happen. And if that does happen, I think the Gophers win. I do. I think first team to 10 wins.
Okay.
I think first team to 10 wins. I think that like having the lead is going to be that big of an advantage in this game.
Oh, I agree with that.
And it's going to change the game script and change what you can do offensively and defensively. I'm going to take Nebraska 27-24.
Okay.
But it's only because Minnesota hasn't shown what I think they can show so far. So Gophers. That said, I'm going to be really angry if we lose this game. Really angry. Because this is a very winnable game and it's at home.
Yep.
These are the games, if you're a legit, mature Big Ten program, which Minnesota is, these are the games you have to find a way to win.
Yep.
So the Gophers have to dig deep, and they got to find a way to win this game, or else I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you. I think there is potential for Minnesota to look like the better team on the field in this game, but because we haven't seen it yet, that's why I have to pick Nebraska in this game. Yeah, I'm with you. So
all right, let's move. We've talked a lot. We've talked that one to death. Let's move on.
Yep.
The rest of these games are on Saturday, October 18th. We have the 5-1 should be ranked, but aren't because the AP poll is a joke.
Yep.
Washington Huskies going to Ann Arbor to take on the 4-2 Michigan Wolverines. This is an 11 a.m. game on Fox. It's Fox's big noon kickoff. The line is Michigan by 6.5. Michigan got blown off the field last week.
Yeah.
There's no good way to say it. It was painful. It was brutal. They got pushed around. Michigan, who's supposed to be the physical team, supposed to be the line of scrimmage team, the team that kills you in the trenches, got pushed around by USC, not by Ohio State, by USC. I don't know where this Michigan program is at right now. Because if they can't run the ball, and they struggled to run the ball against USC for large parts of that game, if they can't run the ball, their offense doesn't work. They can't be. Bryce Underwood is not yet at a point in his development where you can just say, hey, dude, hey, man, go out and throw the ball 45, 50 times. I just don't think he's there yet as a true freshman.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and even if he is, the receivers aren't good enough.
Yeah, that's the main thing, I think. I agree. I don't think that Michigan looks like a complete team right now. They're just too up and down, and they're not effective through the air. I think Bryce Underwood can get there.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even put most of the blame on him, like you just said. I think it's the receivers are why they're having such issues.
I do too.
Yeah, and I think Washington, man, has just shown that they can be that explosive team. Do they have their flaws? Yeah. Will Michigan probably score? Sure. But Washington, man, they're just so freaking explosive, dude. I think if it's a race to how many points someone can score, it's going to be Washington, hands down. And Damon Williams is a freak. I know they started out slow against Rutgers last week, but they were able to adjust, and you saw that in the second half in a big way. I mean, it was nuts what they did to Rutgers in the second half, statistically. So, yeah, I think I got to pick Washington in this. I honestly, I'm a little surprised that Michigan is favored by 6.5. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, here's the thing. I still think Washington isn't very good up front.
Sure.
So I understand why Michigan is favored, but I do like Washington's offense a lot, and they're really rounding into form. Damon Williams was fantastic last game. Denzel Boston continues to be really good. This Roebuck character,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good find.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like he's really dynamic.
Yep.
So I do like Washington's skill players more than Michigan's, but here's what I'll say. Michigan better win this game
Oh, yeah.
because Michigan still got to play Ohio State. And that means that if they lose this game, they are out of the playoff race completely. And if Sharon Moore's first 2 years, they're out of the playoff race like that fast, it's going to put him on a really hot seat going into next year.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Yep.
So I lean Michigan here. I do because I think Michigan needs it more.
Okay.
And it's at home. And I think Justice Haynes, is that guy. And I think he is going to have a big game, and they need him to have a big game. And I think he's going to have a big game. He's going to break off some long runs because I'm not convinced this Ryan Walters defense is that great at this point. I think it's really close. Really close. I've got Michigan 31, Washington 27.
Yeah, I hear you. I could see the game going that way. I just think after what I saw from Michigan last week, get pushed around up front.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Washington has the line of scrimmage play that USC.
I was gonna say they don't have a Jakeem Stewart.
No, they don't. But the fact that you saw that happen at all to me is just like that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
And like we talked about, like the offense that Washington has, I just think that they're going to be able to score points against this Michigan defense through the air. I mean, unless Michigan's defensive line all of a sudden shows up in a big way and really puts that pressure on Damon Williams and can contain him from improvising and making some amazing plays on his own.
Right.
Which is tough, man. Tough for any team, So I think I'm going to go with Washington. I just think that they're going to be able to put up points. I don't think Michigan's going to be able to put up as many. I think Michigan they'll be able to run the ball, I think, pretty effectively. But I just think Washington's ability to respond is going to be too much. And so I have Washington 30. I have Washington 33 to Michigan's 28.
All right. Well, we disagree.
Yep.
Last week you were right. We'll see who's right this week.
Yeah.
I'm Michigan. This is 2 weeks in a row I'm counting on you. You let me down last week. So I need you to come through for me here, Wolverines. All right? Because I only have so much pride. All right, next up, we have the 2-4 Purdue Boilermakers going to Northwestern, going to Evanston to take on the 4-2 Northwestern Wildcats. This is a 2 p.m. game on the Big Ten Network. The line is, which, by the way, why is there only one 11 a.m. game?
Yeah, that's weird. It's a little weird.
What's up with that? I don't like that at all. So we got one 11 a.m. game, but then we have 3 games at 2 or 2:30.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Big Ten. We want to watch all the Big Ten games. And that makes it hard. You have 3 at once. I only have 2 TVs.
I feel like this happens at least once a year, though. There's 1 week where, and then there's 4 games at 5:30 or 6:30.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
And let's see here. There's 2 on just Peacock, and then one that's USC, Notre Dame, obviously NBC or Peacock. Yeah, so that's even more annoying.
So annoying. I hate Peacock. I hate Peacock, and I can't even. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating having. I'm like upset about it.
Yep.
I'm angry, especially now that I see that Penn State Iowa is on Peacock. Just Peacock. Like, really?
Yep.
Ugh. All right. Anyway, this is a big game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big game for a Northwestern team that wants to make a bowl game suddenly and can get to 5 wins and get 1 win away right here, which would be big. And then Purdue has gotten better and better, John.
Yep.
You know, they've improved. Barry Odom's a good coach. They're playing hard. And they're willing to test the Big Ten refs and play clutch and grab downfield all the time on your receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And dare the Big Ten refs to call it.
Yep.
So what I want to know going into this game is how is it going to be officiated? Because if they let Purdue get away with what they did against us, then I like the Boilermakers.
Yeah.
But if they're going to actually call pass interference, then I think Northwestern edges it out.
I'm with you.
Because I think Purdue is going to do that to everybody this year. I think they're going to just clutch and grab. Their defensive backs aren't very fast. They're going to clutch and grab and dare you to call it.
Well, and we found out that it doesn't matter if you're at home. You're not going to get the calls for some reason. So
right,
at
necessarily.
Least, so I think, Northwestern being at home, that's not going to help you.
Well, and Northwestern really only has the one receiver in Griffin Wilde.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. That makes it easier to stop. Now, Northwestern has a little better run game, and that should be something they can do against Purdue here. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a big Devin Mockabee game, I think. Mm-hmm. It's going to have to be if Purdue's going to have a chance. But Northwestern is pretty good on the defensive line. And I think that might be the difference here.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be ugly. I don't see a lot of points. I think this is going to be one of those. I think it's going to be a lot of field goal attempts.
Sure.
And a lot of punts. So I think ultimately it's Northwestern 17, Purdue 13.
Okay. I mean, we're going to disagree here again.
Interesting.
I think it's going to be a similar game. I just think it's going to be flipped the other way around. I think.
But you think they're going to let Purdue get away with that stuff?
I think they're going to let Purdue get away with that stuff. But here's the thing. Purdue, or Ryan Brown in particular, like
he's fast.
He's fast, but he also needs to protect the ball. Like no one has had more turnovers than Purdue in the Big Ten.
It's true.
But we talked about how Purdue is going to jump up and get somebody here. And
it
may be someone like Northwestern. It may be, a more, a more higher profile team too. You never know. But I think the way that I saw Purdue run their offense last week, like not only with Ryan Brown, not only with Devin Mockabee, but that their Wildcat quarterback, who is just a freaking unit.
He's fast.
And he's fast.
And big.
Yeah. So I think that
Minnesota knew what he was doing. They knew that he was only running, and they had a hard time stopping him.
Exactly. So I think that, to me, it just seems to me that Purdue is due. And I think that they're going to be able to pull this off. Is it going to be an ugly game? Yes. Do I still think that Ryan Brown turns over the ball a couple times? Sure.
Yeah, me too.
But Preston Stone can also throw some picks here and there. So that's also possible. So I got Purdue winning this game 20-13.
I could see that. I just think Northwestern's defense is better than Purdue's.
I agree. If Purdue can happen to put it together just a little bit and protect the ball just a little bit more, I think that they can pull this out. I think their offense is more dangerous and more dynamic.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, next up, we have a game that's gonna really test Ryan Day onto like how nice a guy he is. We have the number 1 ranked 6-0 Ohio State Buckeyes going to Camp Randall to take on the 2-4 Wisconsin Badgers. This is a 2:30 p.m. game on CBS. Cue the horns. The line is Ohio State by 24.5.
Mm-hmm.
Does 24.5 feel like enough points?
No.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Like, this Wisconsin team can't do anything offensively.
Mm-mm.
So I think Vegas is betting that Ryan Day is going to have some sympathy for former Buckeye Luke Fickell, and he's going to call off the Dogs early. Because Ohio State could score 80 points if they wanted to here.
Easily, yeah.
You know? And Wisconsin is not good on defense, but their offense is just terrible. I mean, just beyond terrible. They turn the ball over all the time. They can't throw the ball. They can't run the ball. It's a disaster.
Well, let's not forget that Wisconsin's defense, and especially which was their strength of the team, their defensive line gave up last week, like entirely.
Oh, they quit. They quit on them.
On Iowa. Now imagine
Iowa, yeah.
Ohio State, dude.
I know.
I mean, now you're jumping up a whole nother crazy level.
Yes.
I mean, Luke Fickell's lost the locker room. From everything I've heard, he's lost the locker room. These players,
are thinking about where they're going next year.
Yeah, like how do you think they're gonna come out against the number one team in the country, and rightfully so, the number one team in the country? Like this is
the best team in college football.
Insane, and you have your third string quarterback with a point. Was it 0.8?
0.8 QBR last week, and he's playing against the best defense, not just in college football, but one of the best defenses we maybe have ever seen in college football.
Yeah. It's
I don't think Wisconsin's going to score.
I don't think so either.
Do you?
No, I think they're going to get blanked again at home, man. I mean,
oh my God,
imagine 2 weeks in a row.
Home shutouts.
It could be.
Could be.
Unless there's some freak play and somehow there's like a random
or like a
six
penalty or something.
I don't know. Like it's something crazy like that. Like that's the only way I can see Wisconsin putting points on the board.
Couple PIs or something, get some field goal range, something like that.
Yeah. Ohio State plays like real sloppy for a series for whatever reason. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It just doesn't seem like enough points to me. 24.5.
No, it doesn't, man. I there's not much else to say about this game.
It might be that in the second quarter.
Yeah.
The 24.5.
Well, what do you got?
I mean, I think Ryan Day is going to call off the Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's Ohio State 52, Wisconsin 0. And I think Ryan Day is going to call off the Dogs.
Yeah.
But, like, their backups are still really good.
Yeah.
And they're talented. And even if they're all in by halftime, I just think that, Keenholz has gotten better at running, as a quarterback, it looks like, when we've seen him play a little bit. And dude, I mean, you're right. We're talking now about backup quarterbacks and whether they're going to score. There's like not that much to say about this game.
No.
I thought Luke Fickell's press conference was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, I just got to keep working and the fans got to hang in there. And I was like, dude, do you even believe what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe it? Because I don't believe you.
Yeah. I have this 45-0.
Okay, so you're close.
It could be more. It could be a little less, but I don't think it's honestly, man. I don't think it's anything less than what, like 38, 42.
I think 35 is the absolute floor.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that's it. So
because I think Ohio. I think it's gonna be 21-0 before you can.
Yeah. Yep.
And then at that point, what does Ryan Day do?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Ryan Day, I'm running up the score. But Ryan Day, I don't think is going to run up the score on his old buddy, Luke Fickell.
Yeah. I agree.
Luke Fickell's too important of a Buckeye. You know what I mean? And I just don't think he's going to want to embarrass him. So I think this could be 70 or 80-0, but I don't think Ryan Day wants to do that.
Yeah. I hear you.
Dude, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I remember a time when Wisconsin could compete with Ohio State,
Yeah, I do too.
and now they're, yeah. I mean, the Schadenfreude is delicious. I will say that. So keep it up, Luke. You're doing a good job as far as I'm concerned. Keep it up, and don't fire him either.
No.
We don't want to see Wisconsin get that fired coach bump.
Nope. Extend him.
Yeah, extend
him. Extend Fickle. I think he needs more time.
Should we make a sign on Friday?
Yeah.
Not on Friday, but when we play Wisconsin later this year.
Just extend Luke Fickle. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs more time.
Yeah, for sure. He'll get it together.
Yep.
Just needs his guys.
Yep. That's it. Needs his guys. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Next up, we have the 3-3 Michigan State Spartans going to Bloomington to take on the number 3 ranked 6-0 Indiana Hoosiers. This is a 2:30 p.m. game on Peacock. Oh, hate Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
The line is Indiana by 27.5. That is a lot of points.
Yeah.
To cover. But you know what? Michigan State's bad. And Indiana's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much there is to say about this game, except for that Aiden Childs isn't playing very well, and Michigan State can't really run the ball, and the Michigan State defense can't catch a cold.
No.
I mean, Joe Rossi is he's become the villain.
Yeah.
For the Michigan State fan base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
As defensive coordinator, I mean.
I'm with you, dude. I just don't think this is going to be a competition at all. I think Indiana's going to roll. Maybe Sparty gets a late score or two in the game. In garbage time, but I don't think it's going to be a competition. I think Indiana's going to control this the entire way. So
yeah,
I don't think there's much to say. I think Indiana 38, Michigan State 10. Maybe
you took it right out of my head. Because I was thinking 4 touchdowns, narrow cover, sure.
Yeah.
38-10. I think Signetti benches his starters pretty early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
To try to avoid injury.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana's a juggernaut, man.
Yep.
They're a legit juggernaut. Elijah Surratt is totally unstoppable. That defensive line is much better than I expected they were going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden Fisher is one of the best linebackers in the country. I mean, just the talent evaluation in Bloomington is just on another level with Curt Signetti.
It sure is.
Yeah, must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Size. I mean, it's awesome. It's very cool the Hoosiers are doing this.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I would just like to see us also do this.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have. I mean, do we have to say anything more about it? I feel like
no.
Yeah, I just don't. This isn't disrespect to you, Indiana. This is respect.
Yeah.
This is going to be a blowout, and I don't know what else to say about it kind of game.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I agree. I think that's it. Which, to be honest, I mean, if I was listening to a podcast and that's how they were talking about Minnesota, I'd be like, great, this is awesome.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the number 8, 5-1 Oregon Ducks going to Piscataway to take on the 3-3 Rutgers Scarlet Knights. This is a 5:30 p.m. game on the Big Ten Network. The line is Oregon by 17.5. Oregon did not play well last week.
No. Yeah.
I mean, they got beat up front, and their offense looked disjointed, and Dante Moore looked human for the first time all year. I mean, they managed 20 points. That's bad for this Oregon team against anybody.
It is. And I know, and this makes it difficult as well, this game, because they're traveling across the country. But
which is hard.
They did it against Penn State.
Yep.
So we know they can do it.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and unfortunately for Rutgers, this is still a Rob Smith led defense, and they can look good for about a half, and then second half they tend to fall apart.
Yeah.
And then also on offense as well. Like second half, Athan still has been showing up this season,
Yep.
and it's not great. Um,
No.
Oregon just has the talent, man. They really do. I think I could see Rutgers scoring some points early.
Yes, me too.
Maybe having it look close, for a quarter or maybe even two, maybe even through the half. But I don't think that they're ever really ahead or looking, in control. I think Oregon looks in control the whole time. I think they're just, I think Oregon needs this.
Yes.
They need to stay in the playoff race. They have to beat a team like Rutgers. And I think maybe, they need some style points too. So like
They
maybe,
absolutely need
yeah,
style points now
yeah,
that they lost a game.
yeah. So they
They
have
need
to,
style points. They need to come out and put it on them.
yeah. So I think if Rutgers,
And Dan Lanning knows that.
oh yeah. So I think unfortunately I think Shiano and Rutgers and especially Rob Smith, man, are in trouble. I think that second half Rob Smith,
Yeah.
maybe even before that, maybe even second quarter, is just I think Oregon is just going to absolutely lay it on them and just come out firing on all
I
cylinders.
think the Oregon defensive line is going to
Yes.
take it personally the way they played last week because they didn't play well.
Yeah. And if there's anybody to go after and get off games
And rattle him, it's Athan. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Athan throws a couple picks here too.
Sure. Yep.
I've got the Oregon Ducks 48, Rutgers 17.
Okay. I've got Oregon 42, Rutgers 13. So about the same. Yeah.
Similar games.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah, I think Oregon, I don't know what happened last week, but Dan Lanning, he's had some big games where his teams have looked shaky.
Yeah, we did last year too. There were even early in the season.
Since he took over.
Yeah,
Some of the big games. That's the only knock on him.
Yeah.
Is that in big games, his team is not always ready to play.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have the 3-3 Penn State Nittany Lions going to Iowa City to take on the 4-2 Iowa Hawkeyes. This is a 6 p.m. game on Peacock. The line is Iowa by 2.5. Man, Penn State, no head coach.
Mm-hmm.
No Drew Aller. I think they play better.
Oh, yeah? You think they play loose?
I think they play loose. I think they open things up a little bit. And I think the running game gets going in a way it hasn't all year. I think John froze for a second.
Yeah, I'm back now. I don't know.
Back now. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that Penn State has to play better.
Yeah.
At the same time, Iowa's coming into this game red hot off their 37-0 beatdown of Wisconsin last week. But like that was a lot about turnovers and field position.
Mm-hmm.
And running the ball. And it wasn't as much about the passing game still isn't great. And Gronowski is still the thing about Iowa is that Gronowski is not like fully mobile.
Yeah.
And that affects their running game in a negative way. So I think this is going to be an ugly game. Mm-hmm. I think both teams are going to run the ball. I think passing yards are going to be at a premium. And I have a really hard time picking. I think Iowa guts this out, but I think it's really ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really, really ugly. I don't trust the playmakers. I feel like the Penn State wide receivers aren't playing hard anymore and haven't been for a few weeks for whatever reason. So you can't really count on them, I don't think.
Yeah.
Especially with a new quarterback, which, we'll see how that goes. I think it's Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeyes 16, the Penn State Nittany Lions 13.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty similar. I think could Penn State come out playing loose and like just all of a sudden look like a totally different team? Absolutely. I mean, UCLA has shown to be able to do that.
Yep.
But I think
They have
without
the
Drew,
talent.
yes, they do. But I think without Drew Aller,
That's the thing.
yeah,
That's the thing that I feel like Drew Aller could have turned it around a little bit, but like without James Franklin hanging
yeah.
over his head, but now he can't even play.
Yeah, so that to me, I'm with you. I think that's kind of the difference maker. I think it's going to be ugly. I mean, unless Penn State finally gets that run game going and we can see Nick Singleton and Katron Allen do what we have always
Have
been.
expected them to do all year.
Yeah, I mean, even last year, like I wanted to
Yeah.
see more from them, but they looked better last year than they do this year.
A
So,
lot better last year than they have this year, which I
and
think
I,
the offensive line too has underachieved, and they were supposed to be a
yeah,
veteran, awesome unit.
so yeah, man, I think right now Iowa just looks like they're rolling a little bit, and
Yeah.
Penn State's in disarray in so many ways. I think Kirk Ferentz has this figured out. I think Phil Parker will have a good game plan and be able to hold them. And I agree. I think it's going to be ugly. I see this. I see Iowa 20, Penn State 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's going to be
similar game.
very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. I will be rooting for you, though, Penn State, as I always do against anyone against Iowa except for Wisconsin.
Yes. Same.
That's how I do things.
That's how it works here in Minnesota.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly. Excuse me. All right, next up, we have the 4-2 Maryland Terrapins dropped a couple games in a row playing against the suddenly red hot 2-4 UCLA Bruins, who have won 2 in a row. This is a 6 p.m. game on FS1. The line is UCLA by 3.5. If you had told me 2 weeks ago that Maryland would be the underdog in this game, I would have laughed.
Yep.
Because UCLA looked dead in the water and Maryland was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now October, Maryland has hit. And they almost beat Nebraska.
Yep.
But that was at home. And now they have to go across 3 time zones to play at UCLA. At a kick that is a 9 p.m. Eastern time kick.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think this sets up well for Maryland.
Not at all. No.
And I've seen what it does to your body clock to go across a few time zones, and it can make teams shaky early in the game because it takes a while for your body to get up to speed, like when it's that time of night. Compared to them, where for them it's 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And I think that's it's a much better time for physical activity. So I think there's that. I also just think UCLA is red hot. They found a scheme that works for them offensively. Their defense is playing harder than they were. I think, under Deshaun Foster, they seem more inspired too.
Mm-hmm.
And Maryland, man, they really needed to hold on against Nebraska. They had them. So I think this is competitive because I do like Malik Washington. I do think Maryland can, they can move the ball, they can score points and stuff like that. But I'm just afraid that coming off a couple disappointing losses, having to travel across 3 time zones, I'm afraid that UCLA gets out to like a 14-0 or 14-3 start.
Yeah.
And then it's just hard for Maryland to get back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they would, then they're going to waste so much energy getting back into the game that they're not going to have enough juice to finish it out and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this all sets up well for UCLA to win.
I agree. Also, man, I can't buy into Maryland's run game where UCLA showed last week they can run the ball now.
Yes.
And I think the fact that UCLA looks like they're the more balanced offense, just shows me that I think, and also, yeah, man, I mean, the time zone changes is absolutely insane. So I just think Maryland is screwed. I think this is a bad game for them. UCLA looks hot. They look fantastic. I would not want to play UCLA now. I'm glad they're not on our schedule at this point.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I think UCLA wins this one. I think Nico continues to look great. I think the running game continues to build and look better. And that defense, will give up points. I think Maryland is going to score. Washington he'll get his. But because Maryland can't really run the ball well and their defense can be suspect at times, I think UCLA takes advantage, especially over that time zone change, and Maryland ends up losing this game. I think 3.5 points is a little disrespectful to UCLA. I think that it's going to be higher than that.
Disrespectful to UCLA.
Yeah,
Listen to how far they've come.
I know.
You think it's more than that, huh?
Oh, I do. I think UCLA can win this game by 2 scores.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
With the way they've been playing, man. I mean, if they keep playing as loose and man, they're having fun. That's the thing.
They
You can
are.
tell they're having a good time.
They are. Yeah.
And that's that makes a big difference, dude.
Makes a
And
huge difference.
when you finally start playing loose and you just let these guys play ball, like, things can change a lot. And that's what I'm seeing in Pasadena. So yeah, man, I see UCLA winning this game. I think it's going to be 28-20.
I think you're being disrespectful to UCLA's offense.
Yeah. Okay.
I think 28 is not enough points.
Okay.
I do think it's and 28-20, that's not a 2-score win.
Well,
It's a 1-score win.
but
you're saying they could win it by 2 scores.
I think they could win it by 2 scores. I just think that Maryland is able to keep up a little bit more because Washington will get his. But
and that's what I think too. So
yeah.
I've got the UCLA Bruins 38, the Maryland Terrapins 31.
Okay. So it's pretty kind of similar, yeah.
And I think it's a thing where Maryland has a chance in the fourth quarter with the ball, but UCLA comes up with some magic because UCLA seems to have the magic bean right now.
Mm-hmm.
And contrary to what PJ Fleck says, momentum exists.
It really does.
Momentum exists,
now,
especially in college football.
But I could also see, like I was saying, UCLA put up more points and seeing Maryland just absolutely implode, because that happens in October when you're Maryland. So it's possible.
Yeah. We'll get to the last game in a second, but can we talk about the fact that Utah and BYU have one combined loss between them and game day is going to an SEC game instead?
That's so stupid. So we're not going to the Holy War?
They're not going to the Holy War. I think they're going to Tennessee, Alabama.
Ugh.
Or either that or Ole Miss, Georgia. I forget. One of the two.
Either way, stupid. Absolutely
either way,
ridiculous.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So screw that. Screw that noise. We don't love that.
Nope.
Anyway, moving on to Big Ten games, which is what we care about.
Mm-hmm.
We have sort of a Big Ten game. We have We have one out of conference game.
Yeah.
The number 20, 5-1 USC Trojans going to South Bend to take on the 4-2 Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. It's a 6:30 p.m. game on NBC. The line is Notre Dame by 9.5. 9.5? 9.5?
Talk about disrespectful, dude.
Notre Dame's good. Jeremiah Love might be the best running back in the country, although he has not been as successful this year as he has in past years overall. Mm-hmm. He's, I think, averaging like a 5.3 yards a rush or something, which is pretty good, but not like he's done at times in the past. Yeah. CJ Carr is a really good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
A really good quarterback.
Yep.
Notre Dame's defense, though, is pretty all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly in those 2 losses early in the year has shown they can give up a lot of points. USC continues to get better and better every game.
Mm-hmm.
Mekhi Lemon might be the best receiver in the country, not named Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
I think it's either him or Elijah Surratt, at least in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
For me. Notre Dame has also improved at wide receiver. They have some guys who can do some things this year. I don't think this is a 10-point game. No. I just don't. I think this is a whoever has the ball last wins game.
Mm-hmm.
because Jaden Mayava continues to play like a Heisman candidate at quarterback.
Can I say that I think it is a 10-point game, but I think it's in favor of USC.
Ooh, okay.
That's where I have it. Yeah.
Okay.
I know all off season and all last year, I was really down on USC and Lincoln Riley and even this offense, mainly due to the offensive line, not because of their skill position players. Like obviously their skill players are incredible. But you see USC looks like they're just on a roll, man. I mean, and they're going to be contending for the college football playoff this year. I fully believe in that.
Yeah.
And I just think I don't know. I think that they're just going to be too much for Notre Dame. I really do. Even at home, I think USC has something to prove. I think Lincoln Riley has something to prove because people have been doubting him and talking shit for the last 2 years about his ability to be a head coach and to lead this team USC to the promised land, essentially, which is right now should just be the college football playoff. I mean, I know they want national titles, but right now to the college football playoff, and I think it's within reach. And Riley knows this is a must-win game. That will essentially, in my opinion, practically guarantee them a spot in the college football playoff. If they can win this game, then they
can win this game. Yeah.
Yes. I think USC's hungry. I think Mayava is out there to prove something. And now that USC has shown they can run the ball incredibly well and they're better up front.
Yeah.
I see this moving in USC's favor, man. I think they can win this by 10 points.
Are you worried at all by Wayman Jordan being banged up?
Not really. Not off the way I saw King.
Not after King Miller.
I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be a factor, of course. Yes, but dude, after seeing King Miller run the ball last week, I'm like, I think they're okay as long as he stays healthy. If he gets dinged up or he goes down, well, then it's a whole nother game. But yeah. What about you?
I mean, I think it's going to be back and forth. I honestly think this is going to be a classic. I'm pretty excited to watch it. I think it's going to be on my main TV.
Yep.
For the night game. I think USC has the ball last.
Mm-hmm.
I think they score a touchdown. I think they win 34-30. And I think that Jaden Mayava gets carried off the field.
Okay.
By his teammates, I mean.
Yeah.
Because the Notre Dame, and I think you're going to be able to hear a pin drop in that stadium, and touchdown Jesus isn't going to save him. He's not going to save him. He's just an idol, not a savior. And by the way, Catholics, you say you're Christian, but then you worship a false idol in touchdown Jesus. You get out of here. Get out of here with that. That's ridiculous. Heathens. Yeah, you heard me. Heathens. Fake Christians.
Well,
yeah. Where's your God now? Is what you're going to be asking on Saturday night. Where's your Messiah now?
Oh gosh, I didn't see it going in that direction here. Yeah. Well, I see this. I do see USC. I think it'll be close through the first half. I think it's going to look. It'll kind of go back and forth, maybe, halfway through the third quarter, but then I think USC takes over, man. I see USC winning this game 35-24.
35-24. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, I hope you're right. That'd be funny.
Yep.
I think friend of the pod and former pod guest Ty from the Solid Verbal is going to be in a bad way.
Yeah.
If USC goes down by 2 scores and it's that convincing.
Yeah.
It's going to be in a bad way. He already lost. He's got 2 teams in Notre Dame and Penn State, which, okay, but it's fair. Those are his teams.
Yeah.
But he already lost James Franklin and a national title run for Penn State. And now Notre Dame, if Notre Dame goes down the way you think they're going to go down, the way I think they're going to go down, he's going to be in a bad way.
Yeah, that's
because that would put Notre Dame firmly out of the playoff picture.
Yeah. Yep.
You're not getting in at 9-3 against that schedule. Honestly, I'm not sure Notre Dame should be able to get in at 10-2 against that schedule. It's so much weaker than what you see in the Big Ten or the SEC.
I agree.
But it's Notre Dame, so they will if they're 10-2. they
Oh,
will get it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So USC, you're playing for the country. This is for everybody, not just for you. So let's see it, Trojans. Let's see it. Give them the Trojan horse, huh?
That's
Give
right.
them the Trojan horse.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. So,
yeah.
All right.
Right on,
cool.
man. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think that's it, man. It'll be another great week of games. I'm excited to watch it. It'll be fun. No matter what the outcome is, it'll be nice on Saturday to sit down and enjoy some good football. So, but
absolutely.
But as always, go Gophers, of course. But that's it. Other than that, if you want to find We Live for Saturday, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Podcast Addict. You can find us on Twitter at We Live for B1G Sat. You can find Mike at Alibaba26. You can find me, John, at Norwegian Gopher, and you can email us, We Live for Saturday, b1g@gmail.com.
Yes, and I believe we're going to be able to do the review pod on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of what happens, we will be with you Sunday. I know the review pod was a little late this week, so not all of you got to see it or listen to it. And I, totally get that. We will have it out early we'll have it out early, sometime on Sunday. And until then, thanks for rocking with us. We appreciate you. Subscribe to the pod, share the pod on Twitter, and row the boat, Sky Yuma. Go Gophers, beat Nebraska.